Hey, folks, welcome to the January 7, 2025 Kubernetes SIG Docs bi-weekly Zoom meeting. This is the first meeting in 2025, so welcome to everyone to Happy New Year. I'm your host today. My name is Ray Lojano. I am one of the co-chairs of SIG Docs, along with Natalie Vodka, who's on the call with me, and Debbie Milan, who is not on the call. And we're also we're also joined by one of the tech leads, Kat Cosgrove, as well. Welcome, Kat. And Xander and Chiming are your other SIGDocs tech leads as well. So just to some boilerplate items, this meeting abides by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which boils down to be nice to each other. And this meeting is being recorded and will be uploaded to YouTube. So we usually start off with a welcome to new contributors. If you are new to this call or new to SIG Docs, please, if you want to come off mute and introduce yourself. All right, going once. All right. Okay, so let's go into updates and reminders. This week's PR Wrangler is Xander, and next week's PR Wrangler is Kat, and with I Heart Nathan shadowing. And the following week after that is Natalie, who is your PR Wrangler. There's a link to the PR Wrangler shifts on the agenda. And if you're interested in becoming a PR Wrangler Shadow, meaning that you will help review PRs along with an approver for the week, please take a look at the schedule as well, and reach out to one of the SIGDocs co-chairs if you want to become a PR Wrangler Shadow for one of the weeks. This week's issue wrangler is Natalie, and next week's issue wrangler is Xander. And there's also a link as well to the issue wrangler calendar as well. And if you don't have all the SIG Docs calendar invites, or if you don't have edit access to the agenda to do so, or to gain a privilege to do so, you just need to join the SIG Docs Google group that is linked on the agenda as well. And lastly, for updates reminders, if you notice any code of conduct violations at any GitHub comments or events or meetings or on Slack, please reach out to the Kubernetes Code of Conduct Committee. You could do so anonymously via email, and that email is conduct@kubernetes.io. So the first item on the agenda, which is the release, although I just took a look and the release cycle actually hasn't officially started. Officially starts next week, but do want to give some room. I think one of the release team leads is on the call. If they want to introduce themselves, please do so.
Sure. Hi, folks. I'm Ryota. I will be leading the comms space for V133. I was the release shadow for the comms team in V132, so pretty new to it, but quite excited for the comms team to get involved more and get myself involved more in the docs and comms and blogs and all of that. So very excited for the new release to start very soon. And yeah, I think that's it for me.
Thank you. And welcome, Ryota. Docs lead, I don't see them on the call, but it's Docs lead is Ryan Dassis, who was the release notes lead for 132. And I looked at the open pull requests. So these dates are pending until the pull request is merged. For some key dates for the 133 release, the docs freeze is scheduled right now for March 25th, and the release date is on April 16th. Any comments, questions about the release?
Yeah, Ray, just wanted to quickly let you know, Ryota, I've put myself onto the blog sub-project kind of group and in the alias and that, so that I can help out with the majority of, if not most of, the blog reviews and checks for this release. So if you need anything blog-wise, please feel free to reach out to me first of all. No worries at all.
Amazing. I'll be probably bothering you quite a bit.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Natalie. All right. Moving on to issues and PRs. There's one discussion topic from Abby who can't attend. They are testing translation tooling. There's a link to the Google Doc or to that agenda. Abby and Sioko lead the localization subproject. And they're currently requesting to see if there's folks or volunteers that are available to help lead and coordinate the efforts and testing the translation tooling. And there's more notes in that Google Doc. Also, there's a link to the localization meeting agenda. So if you are interested in contributing or helping out testing that translation tooling, please reach out to Abby and Sioko. You could also reach out on the localization Slack channel or reach out to them. All right. One from Natalie, if you want, about gate names. Do you want to bring this up?
Yeah, I just wanted to let the community know that Chiming put forward a bunch of work to kind of go back to our prior case for gate names, and we edited, or he edited, should I say, a whole bunch of files that myself and Tim were able to approve in the last couple of days. And so we wanted to make sure that that change got in and was merged before the new release cycle. So specifically for our docs folks, this is going to be a very relevant change for the release docs team. Wanted to make sure that that was just out there and notify folks.
Great. Wonderful. I'll take a look at this to see if we need to add on we do have a page on the Kubernetes.io on how to document for release. If we need to add anything specific that adheres to this gate name change or this gate name update as well,
Yeah.
and relay that to the docs lead.
Yeah, I believe if I'll just quickly check the PR again, but I believe we actually made the
Oh, great. Awesome.
update to the naming style part first before we actually renamed
Okay.
everything. I can double check that, but yeah, definitely for sure.
Nice. Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you, Natalie. And next is from
Oh, sorry.
Ryota. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm so sorry, Ray. I just looked at the PR now just to confirm we updated the contribute guide for new content around new features.
Yes.
That was the file that was updated.
Yeah, cool. All right. Thank you, Natalie. Next item on the agenda is Ryota about Netlify builds.
Yep. So this is something that we noticed in the previous release, towards the end of the release cycle, where we tried to create blog posts with a draft or future dates, and they didn't really show up in the Netlify pull request builds. So the draft builds that we wanted to check that everything was building fine, we could only test in local. So this change is it's kind of assuming that Netlify setup is done correctly or done in a way that it would allow us to create a draft blogs to be available in the pull request only, and it wouldn't be published in the production build. So the change itself is simple, but the testing would probably require a bit more shuffling and doing some test draft PRs and see everything is working correctly. So have the pull requests created, approved, or kind of reviewed by Tim and another folk, I think, and I'm just not sure where to go from here. I just wanted to make sure that this gets some attention before it gets too late, towards the end of the release cycle, where we will be probably scrambling with the blogs.
No, I think this is a great change. I think we talked about this at the end of last cycle as well. To get the preview available for blog posts that are especially for the feature blogs or that we can't necessarily preview currently unless it's locally. I'll take a look at it. See, we could take a look at see what see if there is a feature blog that we can test this out in the proposed branch where the change is taking place, and see if the desired effect is there.
Yeah, I think the main caveat is that the code change itself is pretty simple, but it assumes that Netlify portal to be configured with the branch target, the main branch, the default branch, whatever the terminology is, to be configured correctly. Otherwise, it's possible that nothing gets built correctly. Nothing would show up in the new build. So very cautious about the change, although the change itself is small, and thought that it would be something I need the experts to comment on. I'm definitely not a Netlify expert. I was just trying a few things, and this is just one thing that I tried to come up with.
All right, I'll take a look at it. I believe I already did the change for in terms of the next dev branch, but we'll take a look to see if there's any other Netlify changes that need to be done for this to take place.
Yeah, I'll be available to walk you through with anything that I did with the testing, because we did use this change for the previous release. So yeah, I can definitely show you around if you need that as well.
All right. Yeah, if you have time after the call, we could do that.
Sure.
All right. Any comments, questions? All right. There's other discussion topics, but I do want to remind folks that the application process, the application for the release team shadow program closes tomorrow. I don't have the link currently, but I'll try to find the link here shortly. So if you're interested in joining the release team, and that's a great way to contribute to Kubernetes, and there's a Docs subteam and a comms subteam that works pretty tightly with SIG Docs. And there's various other teams as well. I can read about the release team and roles at their repo. So just want to remind folks about that and want to open the floor to any other topics or questions or any PRs or issues that people want to discuss.
I've put the link to the shadow application both in the chat and in the agenda.
Cool. Thank you, Kat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess that's the end of the meeting. So I want to thank everyone for coming. And I will talk to you next in about 2 weeks. And I'll reach out to Ryota shortly after this meeting. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, folks. Happy 2025.
Thank you very much.